Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and this video is going to be dealing primarily with price. The price action of XRP. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you opinions from chart analysts. I want to share with you also, though, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, especially today, just my mindset regarding investing in XRP. I think it's shifting in a way that may or may not surprise you. So I just want to share what you think, and I would love to get feedback from you guys on this, but I'm just kind of shifting the way that I'm thinking about it. Also, I've got this piece I'm going to at least briefly touch on. It's from Daily Hodl, titled, Bitcoin Could Shatter $864,000 by 2024, according to crypto analyst Plan B. Well, that would be insane. Wow. Even if you have to wait several years, that's actually not that bad, considering Bitcoin, what is it now as I record? I'll show you in a second. I think it's around 10,000 or so. But I do want to be clear. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not have a financial background of any kind. And so I'm not offering advice. No financial advice, period. Do not buy or sell because of me. But I am happy to share with you my opinions on this, just as, everyday Joe Schmo type of guy, because it's fun to talk about. I like engaging with other XRP community members and making YouTube videos. But I want to be clear. That's all it is, so that nobody gets an idea that I'm someone or something that I'm not. All right, moving forward here, XRP is at 23.5 cents as I record this, so about the same as yesterday. And Bitcoin's at $10,117. You got the market cap for the asset class at $315 billion. And Bitcoin dominance has actually increased a little bit over the last couple of days. We'll see if it stays like that, though. It's at 59.36%. And I think the lowest it's been in the calendar year of 2020 would be around 56%. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this now. This is from a fellow XRP YouTuber, Blockchain Backer, who wrote, My accumulation has begun. Current XRP price, 23.8 cents. Yeah, so, and I shared recently that I made some rather large purchases at, well, there are actually a couple of them. So one was at, I think, 25.9 cents, and then the other one, I'd actually have to go back and look. It might have been 28 cents. But regardless, when I did that, I was like, I don't believe for a moment I just bought the bottom of the market. And so even making big purchases like that, it's more like, if you're doing that, and I shared this yesterday, so I'll be brief about this part of what I'm saying, but it better be that you just are totally cool with holding long-term, and you just want to make sure that you have a specific amount of XRP. And so I've been kind of thinking through this a little bit further, and I would love your feedback on like my current reasoning for what I'm about to share with you. I'm thinking about making some big moves. So, because the bottom line for me is, and again, while none of this is financial advice, I'm just happy to share my own opinion. Like, I could not be more confident in the long-term viability of XRP. And I still suspect that during the next parabolic market cycle, which I certainly suspect XRP will be a part of, I think that's mostly going to be driven, again, by speculation, kind of like the last cycle, and not as much by utility. And because, if you look at how people are behaving in terms of buying and selling now, it's still crazy out there. There's just a frenzy around all of this. And I also understand that markets are so liquid that it doesn't take much money to come in to double, triple, quadruple whatever position you have in pretty much any cryptocurrency. And so even with XRP being, in the outside of Tether, it would be the top three. I guess it's number 4 today because Tether keeps printing to take XRP spot. But even with it being number 3 out of over 5,000 coins, it's still very illiquid. And I still, even though I think speculation is going to be driving the market, I'm still only willing to invest in cryptocurrencies that, of course, well, number 1, I understand, and 2, offer real utility, right? And so that would be, for me, that's XRP. Okay, and so understanding that there's a frenzy around all of this, and that I believe there'll still be an opportunity for asymmetrical gains in terms of just returns from investing in XRP, I started thinking, my gosh, why am I not putting more? Like, so I recently did, but I'm thinking, like, why don't I just go, like, at least double what I hold again, and I've already massively increased. Like, I was open that, and I've been accumulating regularly for almost 3 years at this point. And I shared recently, I'm not going to share how much I have ever, but I damn near tripled my holdings in one purchase. And then again, that's after me accumulating for 3 years. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, why am I not doing more? Because frankly, it would shock me if XRP never got back up to its all-time high here. And so what I started thinking is, what if I were to make some genuinely, really massive moves, which I certainly can do? Because here's the way I was framing it. And you guys tell me if you think I'm freaking nuts. But, to me, I feel good about it. Like, I legitimately do, even though, like, I know I'm not going to buy the bottom. So, like, even if I bought now, like, okay, it's going to go down, whatever. But then it'll go back up, and I'm still not going to sell when it goes up either. Like, I'm just going to hold long until it goes parabolic. And so I started thinking, okay, here's the question to ask myself. I was like, okay, so let's say that XRP price just, like, let's just say that I'm wrong about everything, like the direction I think this is go, which admittedly is possible, and this is highly risk. Like, I'm not pretending this isn't highly risk. Like, this is investing in crypto, investing in XRP. I still consider it high risk, even though I'm highly confident. It's still high risk. Like the way the market's going to go, in terms of adoption, this or that's fine. XRP is getting used today, but I can't say like I definitively know. That would not be true. And so I started thinking, okay, well, what if I'm wrong about the way I think this is all going to go, and XRP like goes to zero, which I do not believe again for a moment is going to happen. But let's just say it did. If I lost everything, what would happen? It's like, would that be life changing for me? No. Like, even if I invest substantially more, it wouldn't. Because I'm just going to make up numbers. So I'm not going to tell you how much I'm thinking about investing, but let's just make up, let's just say whatever my disposable income is for like a calendar year, which would otherwise be put into traditional assets like the stock market. Let's say that I took all of that and just threw it into XRP, and let's say I lost that. So I retire a year later. I don't even know if that would be true though, because like as my business continues to grow, like I could bump up when I'd retire anyway. So I'm sitting here thinking about this, and I'm like, am I being stupid by not taking advantage of something that I feel completely confident in? And so that's why I was curious what you guys would think if I shared this with you. So I thought I'd just throw it out there and see what you guys had to say. But to me, I'm just thinking I should do that, because if I lost all of my XRP investments, even if I put in like way more money into it, would it change my life? Would it really fundamentally change my life if I lost it all? No. But would it fundamentally change my life if it even got back to its all-time high, or if XRP entered price discovery? Well, yeah, actually it would if I do what I'm considering doing. And so I don't know if I will. I'm really leaning towards it, though. So I would love to hear what you think here. But in the short-term price action, which I'm about to share with you, by the way, like, to me, I don't think it matters. Like, to me, it doesn't matter that much. I just get that people are going to speculate it's trading within a certain narrow band, relatively speaking, even though it admittedly is volatile. And until it goes parabolic and you have a whole other market cycle, that's just where it's going to be trading. But I suspect at some point, XRP will be regularly trading in terms of dollars. And so you can see, like, in terms of price action, here's a piece from written by Aziz Mustafa at CNIRBC.com. Wrote about a few different cryptocurrencies, but I just want to jump down to the XRP part. Because you can see, like even if this guy's right, because I think so even if he's talking about it getting down to, like, 19 cents, well, and even if that's not the bottom, like, so what? I'm not worried about timing markets, and I'm not worried about buying at the bottom and selling at the top. That's not realistic. It's not going to happen. I'm just concerned about how much XRP I hold. Like, that's what I'm focusing on, because I'm not a trader. I just want to hold, and I will outpatient anyone else. I assure you of that. Because either I'm right and I'll be patient as long as I need to, or I'm wrong and it goes to zero, in which case I'm going down with this bitch. Okay, and if that happens, that happens. But here's what this guy wrote: XRP/USD major trend bearish. So scary. And guys, by the way, hopefully you can start to understand, like, the way that I'm looking at this, why I personally am not afraid of this price action. I'm sure there are tons of people listening that, and this, you're normal if this happens. You're like, I used to be like this too. Like the swaying we're seeing, and oh my god, you've got skin in the game, and XRP just went down from about 30 cents down to 23.5 cents. Oh my god, so scary. I get it. I hope that the way I'm talking about this can explain why I personally don't feel that, because I don't think any of this price action is going to matter if you fast forward like 5 or 10 years. That'd be my guess. Just a fun guess. But anyway, here's what the chart analyst said. The ripple downward move was as a result of the formation of a bearish double top pattern in August. The bears pushed prices to a low of 26 cents on August 27th. The bulls buy from the dips and push the coin to 30 cents. Buyers would have broken the resistance at 30 cents and 32 cents if the upside momentum is sustained. However, the bulls could not sustain the price above 30 cents. The selling pressure resumed again as price broke the 26 cent support and to the low of 23 cents. Meanwhile, prices currently fluctuating above 0.23 cent support. Or I'm sorry, I should have just said it like 20. I don't know. I'm saying it like an idiot. 23 cent support. Whatever, dude. It's been a long day. The downtrend is likely to continue. On the August 27th downtrend, XRP fell to 26 cents as low, but price was corrected upward. The retraced candle body tested the 50 cent Fibonacci retracement level. This explains that the market will fall to a low 2.0 Fibonacci extension level or 19-cent low. So he sees 19 cents. I got to tell you, like, the way that I'm thinking, and this is part of the reason I really wanted to share this with you and get feedback from you guys, but like, I'll tell you what, if I go the route, because I'm going to keep buying XRP on a regular basis no matter what, but I'm saying what I'm talking about now would be in addition to that, and I'm saying, like, if it gets down to 19 cents, I might be making another, like, power move, basically. I'm really strongly considering this here. And if it goes lower, so what? Like, I don't care. I don't care, like, even if I bought it 19 cents, and I made this huge play, and then it went down to 10 cents, I will sleep easy. The way that I'm thinking, now, because I don't care. It's short term. And even if I'm wrong, it's not going to ruin my freaking life. But the upside could be tremendous, so I just kind of changed the way that I'm looking at this. And then there's another chart analyst here from XRP Vibe, XRP short-term price analysis for September 5th. Let me get down to, I just want to get to the conclusion part because this is not a chart analysis channel, obviously. I just like sharing opinions from analysts out there since I'm not a chart analyst. I'm never going to be. I don't want to be. So here's the conclusion. XRP's price action on the charts over the past few days hasn't been very inspiring, and its downward movement is likely to sustain itself in the short term before it rallies. In a day or two, however, the coin's price is likely to dip further and move towards the second support level at 24.4 cents. However, if the coin were to note bullish momentum, it may head towards its immediate support level and break out of the descending channel formation. So there you go. There's another opinion from an analyst right there. And let's touch on this also. Bitcoin could shatter $864,000 by 2024, according to crypto analyst Plan B. Crypto analyst Plan B says Bitcoin could eclipse the prediction of his controversial stock-to-flow model, S to F for short, and meteorically rise to $864,000 in 4 years. In an interview with cryptocurrency podcaster Peter McCormick, the quantitative analyst says he actually made a conservative bet when he predicted that Bitcoin will hit $288,000. And here's a quote. I'm on $288,000 as an average value. $100,000 would be very nice too. But if you just follow the math, if you just follow the data, and I don't mean the time series model, so we're not looking at Bitcoin only, we're looking at gold, silver, diamonds, real estate, all that stuff, it's $288,000 that's an average value. It could overshoot like 3 times like it did the last phases. I don't want to mention the number. I try to be conservative all the time, but let's say a 2x or 3x from that $288,000, and then it crashes again, of course. So yeah, that would be rather massive. Can you imagine if XRP is still coupled to Bitcoin, the ride that XRP would take? Can you imagine what that might look like, even if it lags behind? Because XRP, like when it comes to the parabolic moves, I'm pretty sure, pulling from memory, that XRP 100% of the time when there were parabolic moves, it just followed Bitcoin. I can't think of one where it wasn't just lagging behind Bitcoin. That said, it has led the market in small instances, which I have cited, which is always interesting. But for the major moves, it's always followed Bitcoin, as far as I can recall anyway. So we shall see here. So I'll wrap up the video, but I would love to hear from you guys as far as my outlook on purchasing XRP, just kind of in general. Because like I said, if I lose everything, I'm not going to ruin my life. It'll be a lot. I'll be kind of disappointed. Whatever, that would suck. But on the flip side, it would be, if I go the route that I'm thinking, it would be utterly life-changing, right? And so it's a risk, but I also do believe what I'm saying here. And so it's more like, if I can make peace with it, it's kind of like, why would I not give this a whirl, right? And so that's the way I'm going. And plus, on top of that, you talk about pushing back retirement. To be truth, I worded it like that. I'm never going to retire. I'm not one of those people. I'm always going to need to be busy doing something. And so even if it changes, I've got to be productive doing something, or I'm going to lose my freaking mind. I need to have some sort of purpose that has to do with it. And so I'll always be doing something to generate income no matter what. So I say quote unquote retirement. But that's not exactly what I mean. It's because I'm still going to do something. It's more like, if this goes the way I want, it would just be I don't feel like I have to do anything. And luckily I already have a lot of, I'm my own boss. So I get to set my own schedule. So I already have a lot more freedom than the average person. And so to me, I kind of feel like I have that, just because I'd say I'm time rich, I don't have to do a ton of work here. Which is actually part of the reason I'm able to run this channel for fun as a hobby, because I spend hours on this per day, quite literally. But I have fun doing it. It's like a labor of love. So I don't know. I'd really love to hear from you guys. If you think I'm bonkers, just tell me. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!